Did that just do? Well, good midday to each and every one of you. We are grateful to God for another day, another opportunity for us to come together and to learn, to grow, to be challenged, and to become everything that God would have us to be. Hey, Linda, how are you? Good midday to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Grateful to God for you doing a couple of things at the same time, trying to get my little multitask on. Okay. Minister Sarah Veronica, bless your heart for being here. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this moment, this time. And I forgot what I was looking for. Okay, I got it now. Uh, so, Linda, I got to go for the swearing in ceremony of the mayor who's been selected to be a part of the Ohio Criminal Sentencing Commission. So, I had to put on my glad rags today. Had to put on my glad rags, and I'll get out of here as soon as I get done with the snap of the shot and do whatever needs to be done. And again, we're thankful and grateful for each and every one of you that are here. That's right, vote. Um, I got the new machine. Hey, Andrea, and I'm trying to do what I need to do with that and this and the other. Thank you so much, Iris. You know what? What you mean so far? Stephanie Jaleesa, bless your sweet potato souls. Dean, good to have you here. It's good to be here in the land of the dying on our way to the land of the living. All right. And so we again are thankful to God for each and every one of you being a part of this moment. Charlista, thank you so much for being here. Carletta, how are you? Pray you're doing well. Deborah Toomer, thank you for being and sharing here with us. Thank y'all for sharing. I appreciate that. Hey, Cora, how are you? Sharon, praying all is well. Excuse me, with you and yours as we continue to grow and be what God, I'm burning up, would have us to be. I must be having a moment. Don't say one word, y'all. Don't say one word. Um, and we can go from there. Again, grateful. It's a beautiful day. Oh my goodness. It's not too hot. It's not too cool. It's a little windy, but not as bad as yesterday. Okay. Development, business, school, accept. So again, I'm multitasking. I'm so sorry. LMA, how you feeling? Use your phone. Use your phone from your Oh no, no, we ain't trying to do all that. And so I want to get stuff done. Yeah, I am. I am. I'm trying not to cut the air on because they're cool because it's cool over on the other side. Don't want the baby to be all bent out of shape and sickly and all the rest of that stuff. So, Carolyn, how are you? Always access. So, Rosabelle, how are you? Praying that you're doing fantastically well and that the Lord is blessing you and your family tremendously. Let's talk about something, and I'm gonna leave this alone for right now so I can focus on y'all. Let's talk about something. Have you, the one thing that I believe is one of the Achilles heels in causing us to not really know who we are is because we have what I consider to be identity crises. Bishop, how are you, sir? Chaplain Hearns, Barbara, Timothy. The one thing that I never had to worry about in growing up in our household is who we were, because there was the consistent reminder, there was the consistent ingestion, it was the consistent suggestion, it was the consistent implementation. Linda Brown, bless you for being here. That caused me to know my identity. But what happens when you don't know it? What happens when you're not sure of it? What happens when your identity is basically placed in the opinions of flawed and inconsistent people? Sister Thomas, how are you, dear? Pray that you're doing just fine. How do you manage life when you're not sure why you're here? You're not sure what your purpose is. You're not sure how to navigate through much of anything. All of a sudden, life takes on a different persona and a different meaning and a different challenge due to the fact that I'm really not sure who I am. But in the Harrison household, Dr. James, how are you? In the Harrison household, we knew who we were. We knew, and the funny thing about it is, you knew a Harrison. You know a male Harrison by his voice and our walk. And so, no matter where we went, no matter what we did, everybody knew who the Harrisons were because we all walked the same. We all sounded the same, and our voices are the same. You hear me, you hear my brother. You hear me, you hear my son. You hear my brother, you hear my brother's son. You hear his father. We all have those identity traits that causes people to know, oh yeah, that's a Harrison. Well, in Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. Hey, Rhonda Gilmer, how are you? Galatians chapter 2, it says, I have been crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I that live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Yeah, legend does. Legend. You know, he. Let me tell you about that little boy. He is so servant oriented that when we come up the steps after church is over with, hey Bobby McKinney, let me tell you what he did Sunday. Sunday was an amazing day, as many of you saw. Of course, I don't see these things. Lisa, how are you? Because I'm not paying him any attention because I'm preaching, but you know, everybody else pays attention, had his hands up in the air and all that. When we came upstairs, the first thing he does is he says, Grandpa, I need your keys. And I give him the keys, and he puts the key in the door. He unlocks the office door. Hey, Vernice, how are you? He unlocks the office door. He and I both come into the office and he closes the door. He walked around my desk, threw my keys up on the desk and went, and I said, you act like you tired, like you was the one who preached. And the funny thing about it was, and like Minister Sarah says, I'm only around him a few hours a week, Elder Carter, but this little boy has it made up in his mind that because he calls himself a preacher, uh, yeah, Gelada, I'm trying to tell you, this little boy is amazing. And his great grandmother said, "Well, can you open up my?" He went and got the keys, went over there and unlocked her door. When we went to the state convention, and it was time for us to set up the system. Yeah, 3 years old, set up the system. Legend went and got the tape, and they showed him what needed to be taped down. They tore the tape for him. He placed the tape on the wires and placed it so that the wires wouldn't move. And when they were too slow, he went and got the tape and started tearing it himself. I didn't ask him to do it. I didn't say you needed to do it. I got a video that I'm gonna send y'all where you will see that I'm pushing the cart into the hotel and he's right there with me pushing. What am I saying? He will never have an identity crisis because he is consistently in my presence. And when I say consistently, I'm not there but a few hours once a week. But that influence lasts him all week long. He FaceTimes his grandpa because he calls me grandpa. He FaceTimes me and says, "Grandpa, what you doing? You at the church?" Because that's how he says it. He don't say church. He said, "You at the church?" So what does that say? I believe that if I would have had that kind of stewardship or involvement in my life at that age, there's a good possibility that there's some things I wouldn't have did. And so what we've got to understand is I know I've been crucified with him. I understand it clearly as to who I am. Now don't think that I've been like this because it's not true. The revelation of who I am just showed up a few years ago because I had to struggle with it just like everybody else does. But once I get it, hey, Ethel, how are you? Can't nobody take that away from me. I don't care what you call me. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care how you roll your eyes at me. I don't care how you ignore me. I don't care if you cuss me out. I don't care what it is. I will always know who I am. He had he and well, how do I want to say this? My daughter, which is his grandmother, has a servant's heart. The mom. So here's what I'm trying to get us to see. He is assimilating according to what he sees. If you ever see him, he's bouncing his leg. You ever see him, he's nodding his head to the rhythm of the. He loves the music. So what am I saying? When you know who you are, train up a child when they're young, and when they grow older, it will not. That doesn't mean that he won't sway. That doesn't mean that he won't make some mistakes or maybe go in the wrong direction. But what has been planted in him will sustain him. And you got to catch this. Now that I know who I am, I'll always know who I am. You got to remember, you got to remember, I'm a saint even when I act like I ain't. Nothing changes who I am in the presence of God. Let me say it one more time. Nothing changes who I am in the presence of God. Even when you say, well, you're not acting real Christ-like. Well, that's okay because I'm still a saint. Even when I've got issues and I'm being controlled by habits and situation, I'm still a saint. Why? Because God never retracts his name off of us. Oh my God, Lord, please help me to do this like you gave. God, he's not an Indian giver. Once he says, you belong to me, you belong to me, good, bad, or otherwise, you belong to me. I'm dead to the old stuff. I'm no longer going to live. And I struggle with the old stuff because sometimes the old stuff pops back up again. But once I overcome it, I consider myself dead to it. Okay. That name is given to me because a change has come over me. That change gives me hope. That change creates within me the appropriate activity and actions as who I am. That name, Saint, even in the midst of it all, gives me the ability to stand even when I fall and I get back up again. You're not just a patch up, you are a converted sinner. He don't patch you up. He converts you. He doesn't patch, Patch. He doesn't patch you up. He completely transforms. I gotta go. Listen, love y'all. Pray that this little snapshot kind of help you out a little bit, so you can be everything that God would have you to be. I gotta go so I can get downtown and try to find me a place to park. Hopefully, I won't have to park in Mississippi to get to Alabama. No, you know what? I can't help myself. Man, I love y'all so much. You don't know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. Carol is coming along. She can have visitors. Minister Marcia Walker said, Minister Sarah says she can have visitors. Please do not bombard her. She's struggling to talk, so do not and don't be up there all day long with her. She needs her rest. She needs to recover. She needs to regain her energy. So, and we're believing God for total restoration. Man, y'all have a blessed day in the Lord. Love y'all with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. May God bless you. May He keep you. Is our prayer.